And I'm Charles Benson. Mike Jacobs is off tonight. We begin with breaking news. Ryan Braun suspended without pay for the rest of the year.
Braun apologized to baseball fans in Milwaukee, saying he will accept the consequences for his actions.
And we're going to get more perspective on this. We're joined by Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Tom Haudricourt on Skype from Miller Park, and of course Lance Allen here. And Tom, you broke the news this afternoon. Why today and not a couple of weeks ago? This seemed to be like the time frame here, but why today?
Well, I think it took some time, Charles, to cut this deal. This is definitely a deal that's arranged between Ryan Braun and his representatives and Major League Baseball to come to an agreement, especially to be the first one from the biogenesis investigation. That shows you that they had enough evidence on him that he felt it best to cut a deal, and that's what they did.
Tom, do you believe that fans, Milwaukee fans, will be able to get over the fact that Ryan Braun simply lied?
I don't think a lot of them will, Carol. Maybe most of them won't. I know that Milwaukee was the last bastion of support for Ryan Braun in Major League Baseball. If you went on the road, he didn't have a whole lot of support in other cities. But fans here wanted to believe him. He so staunchly professed his innocence that they thought they could believe him. And I'm guessing a lot of Brewers fans, and I'm not guessing because I've heard from a lot in social media, tweets and emails in the last hour or so, a lot of them are feeling betrayed.
And Tom, how does he repair the damage in the clubhouse as well? I mean, you're around the team more than anybody else. Just got off the phone with Todd Rosiak, and he said that Doug Melvin said it was a dark cloud hanging over the organization. How does he go about repairing things with his teammates?
Well, that's a very good question, Lance, because as you know, after his appeal of his drug test in the spring of 2012 was announced that he had won, his teammates staunchly supported him. Lots of players like Jonathan Lucroy came forward and said he told us he was innocent. This shows he was innocent, and we've believed him all along. Now he requested to meet with the team this afternoon to tell them himself that he was being suspended. I don't know how much detail he gave them, but they had to be, at the very least, disappointed, and I'm guessing at the very most, feeling betrayed.
Tom, I also had a source tell me today that this is the first time a Major League Baseball player and the union basically agreed to the suspension without appeal. So obviously the evidence must be overwhelming, and they must have really felt like Major League Baseball must have had some evidence to really get Ryan Braun this time around.
I don't think there's any question about that. Remember last week, Michael Weiner, the union executive director, said that if they were presented with overwhelming evidence, they would not necessarily appeal every suspension. And here we go, the first one out of the books. This is the first suspension to be levied from biogenesis. I'll hazard to guess not the last, but already a deal cut with the very first player. And he's also the very first most valuable player in Major League history to ever be suspended due to the drug program. And I just think he looked at a lot of things, the evidence that they presented him, the fact that he has a thumb injury and has not been an effective player, the fact that the Brewers are in last place and going nowhere, and just decided if they're going to try to suspend me past this year and into next season, I better just cut my losses and take the rest of this season.
Tom, take me to opening day next season, and where is Ryan Braun when he walks on the field? What is the fan reaction? Can you think of another scenario in the Brewers' history where they had to forgive a player for making a mistake?
Well, we had one earlier this year with Giovanni Gallardo and a drunk driving, but just nothing of this scope, Charles, nothing of this scope. And not just forgive for a mistake, Charles, it was the lying. You know,
right, it's the line.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we've been shown through all of sport, if you fess up, fans like you are better. You see, I think everybody likes repentant sinners, whether we're talking sports or just the general public. Look at the backlash Lance Armstrong had in cycling, because he not only lied for so many years, he attacked those who came after him.
Yeah, I think his defiance will define a lot of people's reaction to all of this. Tom Haudricourt from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, we do appreciate you being with us. We know you broke this story and you've been on top of this, so we do know you're very busy, and we thank you for being with us in Wisconsin tonight. And happy birthday, by the way.
Some birthday, huh? Thank you.
Yeah.
Get to work.
We'll get you your gifts, Tom, later on.